When you think of your diet, what do you think of? You probably think of what you eat and what you drink. But your diet goes much more than this. It's actually anything that you consume. So this also includes stuff that you listen to and that you watch. This will be if you don't know what that is, this will include like the radio, watching TV, watching YouTube, reading the news. All of this combined will like make up your diet. So why is your diet important? So most people know that if you eat junk food, if you have a bad diet, then you'll become unhealthy and you'll become fat, and like everyone knows that that's not good for you. But then no one really considers the other parts of their diet. So people just randomly listen to stuff on the radio without like they listen to it in the background, not considering the effect it has on them. The same with TV or YouTube. People just mindlessly just watch, and all this negative information can actually affect you because your diet, everything that you consume directly affects your performance and your like mindset. So what I'm going to tell you about is a low information diet. This is where you try and consume as little information as possible. This is, for example, in the news or in the on the radio, they usually say like lots of like negative information, but most of this is actually useless to you because it doesn't directly affect you. And when you hear like all these chunks of information, so let's say you open your phone and you go into the news like app or whatever, and you read a headline, this actually takes up space in your brain, like a small fraction. You just read one headline, and now this has gone into your brain, and now it's taking up space. And you might like scroll a bit, and then you'll see like 10 other headlines, or like, and you're just reading them, and this all takes up space in your brain, and this can consume like a lot of brain power in the background. Like you're not actively doing it, but it's just like stored in the back, and then this can actually decrease your performance for things that you care about. So let's say your work, your work, anything like whatever's your goals, then you have less functioning brain power for stuff that you actually care about. And then when your brain fills with all these like unnecessary chunks of like data that's just meaningless to you, you just can't handle it. So what you can do is you can try and like limit your consumption of just random stuff, random junk, by like I would say like not listening to the radio, not like watching the news or watching YouTube or watching just minimizing the use of your phone is a big one. So if you just like use your phone less, then you'll get less random nonsense in your brain. And then you might think that you need to know what's going on in the world. Like some people find it's like FOMO, it's fear of missing out, because you feel like you have to know what's going on all the time. Like I don't know why it happens, but people just feel this urge and this need to know everything that's happening. So that's why people like just read newspapers and read the news without actually like thinking. They just want to know what's going on. But then if you can still get a good understanding of what's going on in the world by actually talking to people, because if you talk to people, important matters they will come up in conversations. So like you can just ask them like what's going on in the world, or like, and then they will tell you, but it's much like filtered. You just get the important parts. Like what they're doing is they're reading like hundreds of like nonsense, and then when you ask them, you only get like the couple most important stuff that actually matters. So you can actually save yourself like lots of brain power by just getting your information from other people. And another thing I'd say with the stuff that you should consume stuff that like helps you get closer to your goals. So if you haven't already, you should like have your goals written on a sheet of paper, and you should look at them every day. I think I've mentioned this before, but I might do it again. And then anything that you consume should like help you get one step closer to your goals. And if it doesn't, then it's just pointless information. So you can do this by like instead of listening to like the radio or music, you can listen to like podcasts. One I'd recommend, I listen to him, like he's called Andrew Huberman. He's like some scientist, but like I don't know, I don't know what he is, but he's some scientist. He gives you like practical stuff that you can do that just helps you like become more healthier. Like one of the stuff he says is like Or if you look at sunlight first thing in the morning, it just helps you wake up, feel more refreshed, and like saying your circadian rhythm. Okay, that's kind of off topic, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was like, oh, you should consume stuff that like actually matters. So when you go on like YouTube, and let's say you shouldn't open YouTube just like randomly, because like if you open YouTube like or the Google with like no intention, then you're just like wasting time. You should open YouTube with intention, and you should search for like one specific video, and then you should watch that video, and then because you've looked for that, now it's actually helped you. And then what was I saying? Uh, yeah, and then you shouldn't go and like scroll and like click on some random stuff, because all those random videos you're gonna watch, you're not gonna remember them. You're gonna forget them like later, and they've not actually helped you get closer to your goals. Yeah, I'm waffling now, but like so in summary, you should try and just minimize your consumption of like random junk information, and only consume information that actually will actually help you in your life, and just try and get your like important information from other people. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So I hope you can actually use this, and if there's anything you want like me to make a video about, like for me to help you, just let me know in the comments.